Dear friends, by now every one of you have given your preferences to the optional subject of this semester 1 of your Masters of Professional Accounting program. We, myself and Rangati sir, is ready to start our lecture series for those subjects from this week. First of all, let me congratulate all of you who have selected ERP as a subject of your studies. I firmly believe that you have done very wise and timely important decision of selecting this subject for your studies. So let me welcome you all to the first lecture today, Introduction to ERP Systems or the Enterprise Resource Planning System. My dear friends, you all know modern world of accounting is happening basically in an information technology platforms. Today, 99% of the business organizations all over the world use various softwares to handle their business activities in different manner. Studying real world accounting subject like this make you more suitable to the modern day business environment. You will be getting the edge advantage over the others to go ahead in your promotion schemes as well. Knowing the real world accounting is must for each and every accountant in. Tell me now, so many years you have been studying, educating, accounting in various levels of your education in traditional manner. How much of these theories and manual accounting systems are being used or useful to you all to do your day-to-day work now? This is the question I think going to be very important for even for the research in future to understand how much of studies are wasted by studying many manual systems, manual method which is not applicable anywhere in the world. Having good knowledge of accounting uh, theories and getting hands-on experience in computerized accounting processes will make you so strong personnel within the business organization. This is why I think that you all made very wise and timely important decision of selecting this subject for your studies. With that note, let me now move on to my presentation. This presentation is called Introduction to Enterprise Resource Planning System. So I am Dr. W.G.S. Kalu, Senior Lecturer, Department of Accounting, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. My contact number and the mail address is available in your screens now. So make sure, my dear students, during this period, when you are learning this particular subject, for any kind of problem you face, kindly contact us. We are here to support our students. We are here to teach you something important. We are here to give our full knowledge to you, distribute and disseminate our knowledge to the industry, whereby you will be able to do your work more comfortably. I am very friendly with my students, so please be contact at any time when you require any kind of support by using the contact number or by using the mail address. Sometimes when you're calling us, we will be busy with a given lecture or some other kind of activity. At that time, we are not going to answer you immediately, but I will make sure that end of the session, I will be calling back you to the missed call number. So there's no problem for you to talk to your lecturer closely and associate the lecturer closely during this period to learn everything what we are going to discuss under this particular topic. So, in your course, Impact 1310 Enterprise Resource Planning System, what we are going to discuss. This course focuses on the theory of ERP and the practice integrating to the different aspects of modules which we are going to discuss within this course. So I will be introducing you various modules which is very important in an ERP system. General ledger module, customer and service module, inventory management module, suppliers and purchase module, procurement and purchasing activities, inventory handling activities, sales and distribution activities, general journal entries, recurring transactions, banking tasks, and internal controls and reporting. These areas will be covered during your sessions in a practical manner by using the Sage 50 accounting software package. As we don't have proper ERP system available within our accounting resource center, we will be teaching all these modules by using the different software. But I will tell you what are the major differences between the ERP and this particular package. It is almost like ERP. Everything what you are going to learn under the ERP is mainly covered under this course unit as well. So you are not going to miss anything. You will be adding value to your knowledge. You will be adding new skills which will enhance you to work in your working environment in an appropriate manner. You will be able to handle your business timely, effective, efficient, and also informative manner. So using the softwares, we are always having the edge in this digital world. So most important thing, as you are doing a course, at the end of the day, it needs to be assessed. Though I don't like to assess my students, my important thing is here, what I am looking for actually, whether you have learned something, whether you are able to use the knowledge what you are generated through this course in your practical environment, in your business organization. That is most important. But as you know, you are going to get a paper qualification. To get that paper qualification, anyhow, we have to assess you, though I like or not. So this is the assessment technique I am going to use for this particular subject called ERP system. First of all, mid-case study, which comes after studying several sessions of using the creating of different modules. First, we will do one-time activities. One-time activities mean the activities which you will be doing at the beginning, establishing the system into your organization. So this will be tested in the midterm case study, giving you 50% of the overall marks. Then at the end, we will be testing again with the final case study, which will give you another 50% of the mark. So it is important you to remember one more point. You are required to get at least 50% of the marks for each assessment method to qualify for the final pass mark. For example, if you scored midterm test 25% and if you scored the final exam 25% of marks, that means you got 50% aggregate marks, so that you will pass the subject. In case, for example, again, you got the midterm examination 35% of marks, but in the final test you got 20% of marks. So what is the aggregate? 35, 20, 55% aggregate having with you. But unfortunately, you failed the test. So keep in your mind, each of this particular section, you should score minimum of 50%. So that means 25% of marks for each section to pass the exam. I don't think it's going to be a difficult task, right? Don't worry at this moment, right? So to get you ready for yourself, if you practice, if you do the work, if you attend the lectures, and you will be able to do this without any problem. So let's remember this. And this is the method of teaching, learning, assessment which I am going to use for your studies. Very interesting methods. Face-to-face lectures and practicals will be conducted within the given laboratory. That means our accounting resource center. We will be doing the sessions there. Then Lecture handouts, additional reading materials will be uploaded prior to the lectures to your LMS, whereby you can download, you can read. If you need the printouts to be bring into classroom, you can print and bring those materials to the class, whereby you can highlight, you can indicate the places where the unclear things are there, whereby you can talk to the lecturer during the lecture session and get cleared all these things. And also we will be using Skype and Zoom online discussion sessions where to sort out some kind of problems you are facing during your sessions after the session completions. So the video demonstration for each and every lecture will be uploaded immediately after the lecture, whereby the students who miss the lectures or who are not able to grab the things what we have discussed during the session can be repeatedly hear and see from the video material, such as the material what you are going to get today in this particular first lecture will be uploaded again into the LMS. From there, the students will be able to download it and keep it with them. And also, I'll be giving you the hands-on experience by giving the individual class activities where the students are work individually. Then I can go around, talk to my students individually, can help to overcome their problems during that session. So this will be again conducted within the face-to-face lecture sessions. And finally, midterm assessment and final case study assessment will complete the whole process of study of this particular subject. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now, let's look at what we are going to learn under the introduction to the ERP first lecture. I'll be starting with explaining you what is information system, and then we will be discussing the type of softwares available in the market. Then what is ERP and the benefit of ERPs, type of ERPs available in the market, ERP vendors, and also hidden cost of ERP. This is the agenda during the today's lecture. Let me start with the first part of the lecture. Purpose of having information system. What is the purpose of having? As you know, business organization today facing many challenges. One of the key challenges they face is the global competition and the new developments happening in the world of information technology. To be competitive in the business world, organizations nowadays mainly looking for a more viable information systems. So, in another word, the cost cutting is happening all around the business organization. Cutting down the number of employers, cutting down the number of spaces, cutting down the number of stationaries, cutting down the number of assets available by using information technology incorporated into their business activities. So that is the things happening around the world. Now, let's look at the definition of this particular information system. The information system is a group of interrelated components working together towards a common goal by accepting inputs and producing outputs in an organized transformation process. I believe you got the point. There are certain key terms in this particular definition. Interrelated components. What do you mean by the interrelated component? Various components such as the human component and the hardware, softwares and computers are used to achieve the common goal of the business. So what is our common goal? It is to maximize your profit, profit of the organization, profit for the owners, profit for the shareholders. So to achieve that object, the interrelated components systems are going to work in such a manner. There will be inputs. Inputs will be inputted into the system, and then that goes through the process, and finally it will come like output. So what is input is? Input is raw data, no meaning, difficult to understand. So such raw data available in the business organization activities will be feeded into the processing systems. So the processing system can be various types. It can be ERP, it can be accounting software, it can be any other softwares which will help the organization to get the required information like output. Clear cut idea of what is happening in the business organization at the given period. So this is the whole information system, how the information system is going to provide valuable required information to the users in a timely manner. It is fast and accurate than the manual systems. Always available data can be accessed by the users at any time they require it. Now we know the purpose having an information system. Let's look at now the definition of information system. In a basic term, system may be defined as an independent elements that operate collectively to achieve some common goals. So it is operating independently but commonly achieving some goal. So collectively working together. So what are the elements available in the system? So first of all, the input, raw data which will feed to the system. In the term of accounting, what are our raw data? Generally, all source documents used by the business organization to do their day-to-day activities, such as invoices, return notes, purchase orders, receipts, and so forth. Different kind of documents printed and used by the business organization, initially going like a source document or the primary document to the input area. So whereby using these inputs, we will be generating final output. So what is output is what goes out from the system after the process. So it will be the clean, meaningful information in terms of accounting. That is your financial statement, which gives you the proper picture of your business activities carried out within the given period. Then the processing work. What is processing? Process involved in transforming the data into the information. Now what is input? It's not clear data. Will be transformed to the output like a clear information by using the processing system. So those are the kind of softwares which you have to use to generate that. Other than that, the controls are very, very important. Monitoring and controlling the system to get the desired result. Each and every organization need to achieve something. To achieve that object, they need to have good controls available in the system, whereby they can monitor it and check whether the appropriate desired informations are going to be or the targets are going to be achieved by the system which they are using. So that is another important point. And then the feedback is such an important one. Checking the outputs with the desired standard, maybe comparing your actual versus budgetary information and giving the required correction or the comments to the improvement of the system. So it need to be corrected and improve the systems by taking the feedback. Then the next item or the element will be the boundaries. What do you mean by the boundaries? Limitations of each of these softwares. Independently, if you look at the different softwares what is available, each of them are having certain strengths and weaknesses and having the unique differences among them. So those are the limitations available in the different system. Then the environment is the things outside the boundaries which is not within the organization. That can be the tax authorities, government rules, and certain kind of other organization implementing effect into your business activities and environment, which will change the system environment. And finally, the interfaces. Interfaces are the interconnected and interactions of the subsystem. So it's the interconnections and interactions of different subsystems such as the modules, say the customer module at the general ledger, suppliers module and the general ledger. So these interfaces are used to interconnect those relationship, and also the interfaces will be used to input the primary data into the system. So those are the main items available in the independent elements available in your system. Having known that, then look at the classes of softwares. There are different classes. So the first of all, system softwares. All of you know, without system softwares, computers are not going to work. So what is system softwares? Set of programs that coordinate the activities and functions of the hardware and various other programs. So having the operating system, for example, the good examples are Windows, maybe the Linux, maybe DOS, where the operating systems are available. So these system softwares are very, very important for the particular systems. And the second category is the application software. So the application softwares are the program which we are going to use to generate our outcomes. Programs that help user to solve their particular computing problems. So the different softwares will use for the different purposes by the business organization until they have used this ERP system where integrated whole stick picture of the business activities will happen. Then if you look at the subsystems in a diagram, this look here. So the users are there one side and the computer is available in the other side. By the operating system softwares and the application softwares will help us to generate what is required for the user at the end of the day. So the types of application software. Now we are going to handle the application software. So that's why we need to have a very clear understanding about the types of application software. Now mainly application softwares can be divided into two main categories. First category is called proprietary software, or we can call them as a special software. The other type is called off-the-shelf software or the general software, which can be purchased from the market freely. So those softwares are called off-the-shelf software or the general software. Now come to the proprietary software. So what do you mean by the proprietary software? Proprietary software is the software which was developed specifically for the requirement of the particular business organization. That is called special software. For a simple example, you go to the tailor and give your measurements and make a suit for you. So that is 100% suitable to you. As you know, that was created according to your given measurement. Similar manner, here in the organization, you can call for the software developers to come in and study what is happening within the organization, and they can develop us a program which will be 100% suitable to our own business organization environment, which cannot be used by the others. So each and every department, each and every person, they will consult, get the information, get the output what is you require, and the softwares will be developed. So it is very expensive type of software. These kind of proprietary softwares, again we can redefine into the two other layers. So that means in-house development and the contract development. What do you mean by the in-house developers? Now for example, business organization can have their own IT unit, having good knowledgeable people who knows to write the program. They can be there within the organization and they can develop the in-house proprietary software which will be 100% suitable to the business organization. Great advantage of having this in-house development is cost will be lower than the contracting of that kind of software. So, and also time to time changes happening in the systems can be modified by these people who are within the business organization rather than asking someone else to come and look it into the matters and do the things. And the contract based proprietary software means you ask the certain outside party who develop the softwares to come into your organization, study everything, and then develop a package unique for your own organization. Again, cost will be very high. Right? So these are called proprietary software or the special software which will be designed only for your purposes. So that will be higher cost than the general softwares. Now when it comes to the general software side, as you can see again, off the shelf softwares, Here again we have two layers or the two sections. One is called customized packages and the other one is called standard packages. So customized packages again is the general software which you can purchase from the vendor, but vendor will give you the support or vendor will give you the source codes whereby we can modify those softwares according to our requirement up to the certain level, but not 100% suitable to the business environment, right? So that also can be done in two ways. One, you can get the help of your own vendor. So the contract customization, that means you give that to the vendor and ask them to customize it and give it to your organization, and they will do that, and also they will charge for that. And also sometimes if you have received the source code from the vendor, in that situation you can do that in-house customization. If the IT departments are there, specialized people are available in the business organization, these people can study the software package and then they can do the certain modification or customization into the general software what we have purchased. And the last level is the standard package. Standard package means we are not going to do any kind of specific modification, customization, but we will be doing some kind of changes according to our requirement, but it is not up to the level of customization. And we will be using the general software as it is without making any customization. So the package which I am going to introduce you, Sage 50, comes under the general category and the standard package. I hope you got the idea of how the types of application softwares are available in the market. Then, when talking about the general software, as we are going to use the general software, these general softwares can be supplied in two different modes. One is called individual standalone mode, right? So the second one is called total integrated packages. In a standalone system, modules are purchased separately. That means you purchase the customer module, you purchase the supplier module, you purchase the general ledger module. So the modules are purchased one by another, separate modules, right? And it will work separately as well. Then once it comes to the preparation of the final accounts, you all know the final account can be generated only through the general ledger module, because the general ledger is the heart of any software program, where all required accounts are available to generate the financial statement. All other modules are subsidiary modules or the supporting modules, where you can get the standard information about the particular module, not the final account. So when it comes to the standalone method, when you want to generate the financial statement, you have to use two different type of modes. One is you need to take the printouts of the control totals of the modules and then post that into the other modules in manual manner. That is one method which you can use. Second method is you can create the transfer file and transfer the data from one module to the transfer file, and from that module, that transfer file can transfer that data from that place to the another module. So this will cost heavily and it will take time. So that's why nowadays people are not going for the individual standard alone software packages for their business organization. And the second category which we told, that is integrated packages, most popular among the business organization. An integrated system, all modules are supplied together and operate together. When you use and do something in one module, all the transactions relevant to the other modules will be flowed automatically, and that will be generating the required information. So there will be no hustle and bustle, whereby the people can use these integrated packages. That's why it is most popular among. Okay, now it's a time for us to understand what is ERP. Now, in the ERP is a suite of applications that manage core business processes such as sales and marketing, purchasing and production, accounting and finance, human resources and the payroll, customer support services, customer relationship management, inventory management, and more other things. So, to get a basic understanding of this ERP system, let me now play a small video which will give you an idea of what is ERP system. Hope that you have enjoyed the small video clip about the ERP. We will look at another video after this discussion of this particular slide as well. What is ERP now? By looking into that video as well, gathering your own knowledge, you can think how the ERPs are working. A ERP is a collection of software systems that help to manage business processes for an entire organization. So it will be handling almost all the departments as a whole in one system. It will help each and every department to feed the information into the system, and then it will help the other department to extract that information if it is necessary. And designed to integrate all information processing support for an entire organization. Any department can access to this database and extract the required information, and then they can add more and then save again within the same system. So it will be more convenient than having individual databases to main one single database. Combines all databases across the department into a single database. So he will combine all the department level databases to one single database, accessing in the central processor available or the central server available in the business organization. That can be accessed by all employees in that organization. The server can be held either with in-house server, or you can keep all the data in the cloud base, whereby you can access this information even from another country. Now, to understand further what is ERP, I'll be replaying another video to you.
So, what is ERP software? ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, an industry standard term that... Wait a minute, let's not go there. ERP at its essence is a tool for managing information. Okay, so what is managing information all about? Here's a definition we like. Information management is the organized collection, storage and use of information for the benefit of an enterprise. So how do you organize information in your company? I bet you have a customer database or CRM, and something managing your orders or warehouse, an accounting system, and then you're probably filling gaps in your information pipeline with spreadsheets and manual processes. But none of these talk to each other. They don't share data. It's what people call islands of information, which impacts efficiency. And let's face it, efficiency is connected to time and money. So here is where an ERP system helps you. The ERP centralizes all the information in your organization, and by doing this, you are able to streamline the flow of information. All your business processes become connected end to end. And now, other things become easier. You have a single view of your customer, so you can provide better service. Your team works more efficiently because they have the information they need when they need it. And when you want to analyze your information, since it's all in the same place, you can report on it any way you want. So this is what your ERP does for you. In today's terms, we decided to stick another word at the front, modern ERP. Because centralizing and managing your information seamlessly is just the beginning. Modern ERP allows you to do so much more, like connect to your customers better through a portal, link to modern communication tools like Exchange 365 for your email, or Power BI for business intelligence. Modern ERP can speak the same language as your supplier's systems, things like EDI. Modern ERP is flexible, mobile, cloud, secure, and much more. Here at Arcus, we've been working with ERP for over 25 years.
Having got the good knowledge of what is ERP, now we will look at evolution of ERP. This was started early 1970s, even before 1970s. As you can see from this diagram, first system was developed to handle the factory material inventory, complicated inventory system which was available in the company storages, handled through these kind of ERP system. The first ERP was called Material Requirement Planning Systems. So main focus is given to the asset side, some physical asset item, that is inventory values are very high and a lot of inventories are stored in their own company storages. So the people were looking for this kind of ERP system. So that was introduced somewhere early before 1970s and went up to 1980s using by different manufacturing firms, mainly by the manufacturing companies where the different kind of material items are stored. Then the more modified version of MRP2 was introduced somewhere in the mid of 1970s to improve the material requirements of the company by adding manufacturing resource planning, factory material and other resources regarding the inventories and production scheduling into the one integrated system. So this system at that time were handling manufacturing resources and also factory material handling and also resources of the inventory handling and the production schedulings are done through this particular software package. Then somewhere in the early 1980s, people further developed good systems because many organizations are requesting such software. So this one is called ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning System, was introduced early 1980s, where you can see the modules are at various kind of departmental level modules were added into the MRP2 module, where it include HR, general ledger, assets, budgets, purchasing, and analyzing CRM tools and many more facilities whereby companies can handle many of their business activities through one single integrated software. It was moved towards the intangible assets as well. Then further, this ERP was further developed by adding more features into the system. In before 1990, just before the 1990s, the new ERP2 was introduced, which was added ERP plus other actors like global systems, departmental modules, CRM, CSM, and other stakeholder modules, which gives more benefits to the overall business organization activities. So the production activities or the manufacturing activities as well as the service activities are added into this module, whereby wider range of business organizations were able to purchase this kind of softwares and install into their companies to handle almost all the functional areas of the business activities. So this is how the evolution of ERPs are happened. Now we are in the last stage, ERP2. Maybe very soon we can see the new ERPs are introduced. Then look at how do ERP systems are work. In this particular diagram, will clearly shows that the company is having a central database and different departments and different categories of the people will feed the information into this central database, whereby the others who can use this information very easily. So the central database located in the middle of the company, you can see, will accept various information from various softwares available in this integrated package. For example, back office administration and other works where the suppliers are involved, we can see how the information are fed and received by the different departments. So there are many softwares were used. Inventory and supply application softwares will feed about the stock details as well as the suppliers information into the central database, whereby any information required for the manufacturing details they can extract it and then they can schedule their purchases as well. The manufacturing applications will feed the company database all the manufacturing processes, requirement of the HR requirements, material requirements. They can take it from the database and they can schedule their manufacturing process. And the financial applications will help us to generate required financial statement, whereby the users can see the progress of your business activities. And similar manner, employer side HR applications will help us to input all the information about the employees available in your business organization, and also regarding the required recruitment and so forth. And also reporting application will help the managers and the stakeholders to look at the views and the pictures of your business activities at a given time, at any time they require. So that can be taken from the central database. Same manner, sales department, sales people will feed the sales and delivery application information into the central database, and also the service application will be fed into the. I hope you got the greater details about how the ERP system is working in this particular diagram. So now let's look at some of the components of the ERP systems. So various modules or the various components are there in the ERP system. HRM or the human resource module. I will show you some of the best selling human resource software packages available in the world now. So these are the best HR softwares available in the market. So you can see the brand names, 10 top softwares available to handle the HRM facilities of the company. That is HRM module. Then customer relationship management will handle better by different other packages as well. So you can see that also available here. You can see the best 10, top 10 CRM software in the world. So you can see the various names here regarding that software. Then if you go to the business intelligence softwares, again we can see different brands and the different companies are dominating in that particular field is available here. This is the top 10 business intelligence softwares available in the market. So all these softwares within the ERP system, right? Remember that. Then if you go to the supply chain management softwares, market leaders you can see now in the field of supply chain management software. So you can see the various brands available. These are all different type of ERP systems which will be used by the many companies. And then if you look at the inventory management system, again there will be again another different brand of softwares available in the market, dominating the market leading activities by them. So here you can see again different parties, 10 most important and top 10 packages available in the market. Lastly, financial management modules available in the ERP component. Also we can see several different type of leaders of the accounting softwares. So we can see the different brands are available here. So you can see ERP component, when you come to the individual component, different categories of ERP systems are taking the leadership or most popular among the different companies. So that's why one ERP system may not giving you exactly what is required by you. So that's why most of these things are happening worldwide like that. But any ERP system will answer or integrate all these modules together. So there's no issue. And let's look at some examples of how before ERP system came, how the things were worked. Now you can look at this diagram. I'm not going to explain this diagram by myself. So I'll be playing a good video whereby you can look at all the features of these relationships between the different departments and how much of time taken to handle the certain requests coming from your customer and what will happen to your customer base in the case before ERP was used. So this is the situation. This will be explained little later. So then if you look at after the ERP, this functioning flow was very much smoothened. Time management is there and the things happen very quickly than the early situation. So here finally you can see the number of relationship diagrams are very much less. So it gives you the idea how these ERP systems are improved the management systems in the business organization. Now let's listen to one more video.
The very basic question is why Enterprise Resource Planning, also called ERP, is required. To answer, let's examine this typical business scenario. A client approaches the sales team to buy a particular product. The sales team approaches the inventory department to check the availability of the product. In this case, the product is out of stock. The sales team approaches the production planning department to manufacture the product. The production planning team checks with the inventory department for availability of raw material. If raw material is not available within the inventory, the production planning team buys the raw material from the vendors. Then production planning forwards the raw materials to the shop floor execution for actual production. Once ready, the shop floor team forwards the goods to the sales team, who in turn deliver it to the client. The sales team updates the finance department with revenue generated by the sale of the product. The production planning team updates the finance department with payments to be made to different vendors for raw materials. All departments approach HR for any human resource related issue. That is the typical business process of any manufacturing company. Some key inferences one could derive from the scenario would be: a typical enterprise has many departments or business units. These departments or business units continuously communicate and exchange data with each other. The success of any organization lies in its effective communication and data exchange within these departments, as well as associated third parties such as vendors, outsources, and customers. Based on the manners in which communication and data exchange is managed, enterprise software systems can be broadly classified as decentralized systems or centralized systems, which are also called ERP. Let's look at decentralized systems first. In a company with a decentralized system of data management, data is maintained locally at the individual departments. Departments do not have access to information or data of other departments. To identify the problems arising from decentralized enterprise management systems, let's look at the same business process again. The customer approaches the sales team for a product, but this time he needs the product on an urgent basis. The sales team do not have real-time information access to the product's inventory. So they approach the inventory department to check the availability of the product. This process takes time and the customer chooses another vendor, leading to loss of revenue and customer dissatisfaction. Now suppose the product is out of stock and the sales team approaches the production planning team to manufacture the product for future use. The production planning team checks the availability of the raw materials required. Raw material information is separately stored by production planning as well as the inventory department. Thus, data maintenance cost goes up. A particular raw material required to manufacture the product is available in the inventory, but according to the database of the production planning team, the raw material is out of stock. So they go ahead and buy the raw material. Thus, material as well as inventory costs go up. Once the raw material is available, the shop floor department suddenly realizes they are short of workers. They approach the HR, who in turn hire temporary employees at higher than market rates. Thus, labor cost increases. The production planning department fails to update the finance department on the materials they have purchased. The finance department defaults the payment deadline set by the vendor, causing the company loss of its reputation and even inventing a possible legal action. These are just a few of the many problems with decentralized systems. Some major problems with the decentralized system are numerous disparate information systems that are developed individually over time and are difficult to maintain. Integrating the data is time and money consuming. Inconsistencies and duplication of data. Lack of timely information leads to customer dissatisfaction, loss of revenue, and reputation. High inventory, material, and human resource costs. These are just some of the major drawbacks for which we need a solution. Well, The solution lies in centralized systems, that is ERP. In a company with a centralized system of information and data management, data is maintained at a central location and is shared with various departments. Departments have access to information or data of other departments. Let's look at the same business process again to understand how a centralized enterprise system helps overcome problems posed by a decentralized enterprise system. In this case, all departments update a central information system. When a customer approaches the sales team to buy a product on an urgent basis, the sales team has real-time information access to the products in inventory, which is updated by the inventory department in the centralized system. The sales team responds on time, leading to increased revenue and customer delight. In case manufacturing is required, the sales team updates the centralized database. Production planning department is auto-updated by the centralized database for requirements. The production planning team checks the availability of the raw materials required via central database, which is updated by the inventory department. Thus, data duplication is avoided and accurate data is made available. The shop floor team updates their manpower status regularly in the central database, which can be accessed by the HR department. In case of a shortage of workforce, the HR team starts recruitment process with considerable lead time to hire a suitable candidate at market price. Thus, labor costs go down. Vendors can directly submit their invoices to the centralized enterprise system, which can be accessed by the finance department. Thus, payments are made on time and possible legal actions are avoided. The key benefits of the centralized system are: it eliminates the duplication, discontinuity, and redundancy in data. It provides information across departments in real time. It provides control over various business processes. It increases productivity, provides better inventory management, promotes quality, reduces material cost, allows for effective human resources management, and reduces overhead while boosting profits. Better customer interaction, increased throughput, and improved customer service. Hence, a centralized enterprise management system is required. SAP is a centralized enterprise management system, also known as Enterprise Resource Planning.
With this, let us take a small break. After the break, we will come back and we will discuss further regarding the ERP system, starting with the benefit of ERP systems.